Welcome back to Intermission Entertainment. My name is Hunterman, and this is Breath of Fire Improved. And I'm going to leave this music playing because we're going to be taking a brief intermission. If you want to get back on with the plot and you remember exactly where we are and what we're doing, then feel free to skip ahead past this. But I'm going to do this as a little bit of a refresher to myself and to you guys because I thought I was nearing near the end of the game, and I accidentally scrolled through the table of contents of a walkthrough to make sure that I wouldn't get lost during this particular sitting, where I'm going to be playing the game more, obviously. And, it looks like there's a lot of game left. So, I'm doing something a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm taking a off-episode, if you will, an intermission, as I sometimes like to do in these playlists for YouTube. And for you watching later on YouTube, and anybody who might be watching the VOD or currently quietly here on Twitch, I'm going to just quickly run through the plot summary that is listed on Wikipedia up until the point we are in the game. I expect that there won't be any spoilers, and if there are spoilers, well then, I will just not... I will start the recording over or something. I won't do that during this YouTube... But in any event, okay, here we go. So the story, Breath of Fire, takes place in an unnamed medieval world. In addition to ordinary humans, it is populated by various clans of anthropomorphic animals. That's animals with human characteristics. The Dragon Clan, which is a race of humans who are able to transform into dragons, differ from the others in that their members appear for the most part to be human. The backstory of the game is summarized during its prologue, which is about to play out here over on the side. Thousands of years ago, a goddess named Myria, also known as Tyr and Maria in some English translations of Breath of Fire 2, sowed discord among the Dragon Clan by offering to grant any wish. Feuding over the goddess's favor eventually split the clan into two feuding sides, the Light Dragons and the Dark Dragons, who engaged in a war. Myria encouraged the fighting and watched the war escalate. Just as the world was on the brink of destruction, the Goddess War ended. I'm sorry, the Goddess War, not the Goddess War. I thought it was a goddess named War for a second there. The Goddess War ended when a heroic light dragon imprisoned Myria and sealed her away using 6 keys. Okay, I'm so glad I'm rereading this, because I think I'm supposed to know this and I keep forgetting. Each key has a unique magical property, which affects the surrounding landscape. The light key is hidden in the port town of Auria, providing boundless prosperity for its residents. Alternatively, the Dark Key resides near the slums of Bleak, accounting for that town's perpetual darkness. Like I said, I'm going to do my best to hopefully, not trip over any spoilers, but the Dark Dragons continue to hunt their longtime enemies, the Light Dragons, and have driven them into isolation. That's the town we start in at the very beginning of the game. Unbeknownst to the Dark Dragons... Oh, you know what? I need to make sure I can see my Twitch chat while I'm doing this. Let me just interrupt myself with that. I need to make sure that if you guys are talking, then I can respond to your thoughts and questions. Okay. So, the Dark Dragons continue their their hunt against their longtime enemies, the Dark Dragons, has driven them into isolation. Unbeknownst to the Dark Dragons, the Light Dragon Clan sealed away its dragon powers long ago. I don't know how the Dark Dragon Clan wouldn't know that but in any event, what gets me at this point in the plot that I am in the game is that we haven't seen any Dark Dragons as dragons. I'm just saying. The game's protagonist, Ryu, is living peacefully in Drogon, a village of Light Dragon survivors. Ryu was orphaned when he was young and raised by his sister Sara, a priestess who can summon powerful magic. One night he dreams of a dragon that warns him of impending danger. He awakens to find his village has been set ablaze. Sara uses her magic to draw the dragon Sarah uses her magic to draw the dark dragons away from Ryu and the other villagers, but is taken prisoner. Ah, that's the part I was missing. So she was taken prisoner. I thought maybe that had happened. I couldn't remember. At the start of the game, they have like an anime cutscene fight going on. It's pretty good. If you're somehow jumping in at this episode, by all means, go back and watch the series from the start. On the YouTubes. Let's see here. The Dark Dragon Emperor, Zog, has announced that it is the birthright of the Dark Dragons to conquer the planet. You know, as you do. Zog intends to release Miria by assembling the 6 goddess keys. However, it could be that Zog is about to make a mistake that will lead the world to its destruction instead, so Ryu leaves the village and embarks on a quest to collect the keys before Zog can. Okay, so that's what I was missing partly, was my MacGuffin. So we're going after 6 keys, and I think we have 4? Ryu's first destination is the town of Nanya, under which the Earth Key is sealed. That's the first one we pick up. He seizes the key from the Dark Dragon forces stationed there, but ends up leveling the town doing so, since the Earth Key governs the seismic activity. He then travels to Windaya, Winla in the official translation? I'm gonna go with Windaya. But discovers that the king there has been poisoned. He briefly meets Nina, the Princess of Windaya, and then has to rescue her from the Tower of Karma, after her mission to obtain the remedy for her father goes awry, due to the use of a toxic weapon called Xeon Gas, which is seemingly developed by the Dark Dragons. Once Nina's father recovers, Nina elects to join Ryu on his further adventures, and the two travel to Tantar, the home of the wolf-like Forest Clan. They eventually discover that the chieftain of the neighboring village of Tantar is that a different spelling? Is an imposter working for the Dark Dragons. Ryu and Nina venture to a nearby forest to rescue the real chief, but end up walking into a trap. Fortunately, they and the real chief are rescued by Bo, a warrior of the Forest Clan who had just escaped custody of the Dark Dragons. He also joins them on their quest and helps them locate another goddess key, the Space Key. Ah, that's the one I couldn't remember the name of. Okay. Earth Key, Space Key. Got it. En route to the port town of Aria, Ryu, Nina, and Bo find a mysterious shrine. I mean, seriously, it's just hiding over there in the woods, and I don't know that the game actively directs you to fall upon it, but I did discover it. Let's see here. I mean, it is clearly in the woods on the world map, I'm just saying. But at the same time, it's there. It feels weird that you actually stumble across and that there's not something directing you to go there. It is here that Ryu is forced to undergo a great trial. Once he completes it, his dragon powers awake. So that's when you get, like, the whelp forms. And also, it's not that hard of a trial. At Aria, the trio are mistaken for thieves and arrested, but Karn, a thief they meet inside their cell, frees them. They meet Karn again inside a tomb in the desert. When they discover a tome containing thieving secrets, he joins the team. Back at Aria, the party discovers that the Dark Dragons have blackmailed the town's richest resident into surrendering the Light Key. His daughter is locked in the basement. I don't know why she's locked in the basement and not, like, locked in their fortress or something, but locked in the basement. They manage to foil his plot, however, by claiming the Dark Key and the mirror from a tower near the thieves' town of Bleak. And using the mirror, they allow the rich man's wife to communicate with him from beyond the grave. So it's basically a silvered mirror that allows him to peek into the Umbra. That's very werewolf. I'm down. However, the Dark Dragons then resort to more aggressive tactics and sink the ship the party is planning to board, which I find funny because it's always a trope that you're going to get a ship as one of the first travel things you get in a JRPG, and in this game, you're about to get on the ship and it gets sunk. And in contrast to, say, Shining Force, which I've played on the channel this year, in which you do get onto a ship, and I think it gets sunk later. It's been a little bit of time. Okay. The captain of the ship and the gold-digging merchant Gobi approach the group with a plan to obtain a new ship. Their new ship is sunk as well, though stranding them on a desert island. In order for the party to continue their quest, Gobi ventures forth alone and succeeds in acquiring the gills, which allow Ryu and his friends to breathe underwater, and they continue on their way with Gobi as a companion. So, yeah. So we're getting up to present time, as it were. The party's next stop is the underwater city of Prima. Prima? We'll go with Prima. Gobi leads them to one of the inns there, where an aspiring blacksmith is on his sickbed, while a ghost waits to take his soul into the beyond. Oh, I thought it was like the Grim Reaper. Upon defeating the ghost, the blacksmith delivers some alarming news. The Dark Dragons are developing a new weapon and have taken the blacksmiths of the industrial town of Gaunt prisoner so that they can build it for them. The party promises to help the blacksmiths rescue his friends and family. He introduces himself as Ox and takes the party to the castle of Nabal, where the people of Gapt are imprisoned. It is here that the true nature of the Dark Dragon's weapon is revealed, a torpedo which can be used to level Prima. Ox tags along with the group as they seek to... I gotta be careful here because I'm about to start getting into the point where we're done. Ox tags along with the group as they seek the immortal Blue, who has taken up residence in a moving town in the desert. With Blue's help, the party are able to thwart the Dark Dragon's scheme to destroy Prima with the torpedo. Which I think we just did. Yes. No, which we recently did. Ox and Blue release the gravity of the current the gravity of the current situation and pledge their skills to Ryu's cause. The party's adventure continues after Karn obtains the ability to fuse his comrades together, and Gobi gains the ability to transform into a giant fish using a special item. So lots of TFing in this game. Thank you very much. Needs more TFs. Okay, the group continues to an underground settlement, clashing with evil scientists and 4 Diva members court along the way. When they... 4 Divas, is that what they call them? I think they did. Okay, when they arrive, they discover that one of the warriors, a young Weiho-hon... This hasn't happened. I thought they were talking about the time we were in the dungeon with the frogs and everything like that. This hasn't happened. This is about to happen. Okay. There you go. We're caught up. Let me go back to the walkthrough. For the purposes of this playthrough, we are caught up. And on that note, I'm going to double check and make sure that I am at the last thing that happens. I believe we were just approached by Nikolai, who told us that the bridge is open in the town we're standing in. I'm trying to remember the name of the town we're standing in. We dealt with a poison flower, I think. Ruga X, yeah. I think this is the last thing that happens. Okay, once the battle is over, Blue again tries to make Nikolai normal by shocking him. He wakes up and is back to normal again as Blue rejoices that it worked. Nikolai thanks you and says that he will return the favor by fixing the bridge. He goes off as Tina thanks you, telling you to rest there until the bridge is done. After a short pause, you have control of the party again with Blue back in it. Okay, so I think we're all caught up. So on that note, for anybody watching later on YouTube, continue on to the next video, and I will see you in the future.